Hello, my name is Cabral. I'm from the Biomechanics and Functional Morphology Lab, and today I'll be presenting an ongoing study that focuses on the assessment of the movement strategies of Portuguese elite goalkeepers during a football penalty kick. According to the doctrine of Portuguese football coaches, when positioned in the center of the goal, the goalkeeper should defend a high corner with the contralateral hand and the lower corner using the ipsilateral hand. Accordingly, here we see a high corner save from Patricio using the contralateral hand. And here we see a low corner save from Theia using the ipsilateral hand. However, there's still some controversy around these guidelines. And sometimes we see goalkeepers are also successful when doing the opposite, as we see in this high corner defense using the ipsilateral hand. With this in mind, the Portuguese Football Federation Under-21 technical staff requested that we conducted a study to optimize the goalkeeper's defensive movement strategies in these situations. More specifically, they would like to know if these guidelines can be confirmed using a biomechanical analysis. Also, they would like to know which of these strategies allows for a greater hand reach and a greater hand velocity, and when should the goalkeepers switch the strategy. For instance, considering ball distance or ball height. It would also be interesting to learn more about coordination. But to answer these questions, we require data that is collected during real game situations. Usually, the analysis of 3D motion patterns is performed by creating a 3D biomechanical model of the player using the same technology that is used in animation, but more accurate. This technology requires the placement of various spherical markers on the athlete's skin and requires the athlete to perform the actions in a controlled environment surrounded by various cameras. For these reasons, although very accurate, the application of this technology in real game situations is limited. Recently, a new generation of tracking algorithms has been developed that allows the 3D motion analysis of a player without placing any sensors on their skin. Therefore, the purpose of this first pilot study was to test the feasibility of these new tracking algorithms to capture full body 3D motion of players during real game situations. For this study, we invited 4 goalkeepers, 2 from the Under-21 National Team and 2 from the Under-23 Estoril Football Club, and we asked them to defend a series of random high and low corners shots. To consistently shoot the ball to either a high or low corner, we used a computerized throwing machine that was placed 16 meters away from the goal and that was shooting at 90 kilometers per hour. To capture the player's movement, we used 4 high-speed video cameras from Qualisys that were placed around the goal and that were collecting at 85 Hz. The video images from all the cameras were collected using the software Qualisys Track Manager. And here we see an example of one of the goalkeepers defending a low corner and then a high corner. Subsequently, we used the software Theia markerless to track the skeleton of the player throughout the movement with this new tracking algorithm. Finally, in Visual3D, the biomechanical model was built, and we also computed relevant kinematical variables. So here's a demonstration of the model. It's a bit fast, but as you can see, we have some tracking difficulties in the beginning of the movement when the player is more static, and we lose tracking when the player reaches the ground. This is because this tracking algorithm was only trained for a gate so far, and therefore it has difficulties when the body is horizontal or near the ground. Also, we used less than the number of cameras that the developers recommend, so we hope to get better results when we get more cameras. But nonetheless, we could see that the movement is very similar to the one that we observe in the video. Also, we compared kinematic variables such as the velocity of the center of mass and the velocity of the hand with those obtained from manual digitizing using the software Apache, and we got very similar results. Of course, manual digitizing is very limited due to its 2D nature, but because we didn't place any markers on the players, this was the only reference available. So with this, we conclude that it is possible to use these tracking algorithms to create a biomechanical model and to compute relevant kinematic variables. However, and this is a tremendous tool for analyzing the movement of the players in real game situations. However, there's still some work to be done on the training of this algorithm for this specific sport and this specific environment. Before I finish, I would like to thank Antonio Veloso for the opportunity to collaborate in this exciting project. And also, we would like to thank Scott Selby and Marcus Brown, the developers of Visual3D and Theia markerless softwares, for their collaboration with the tracking processing. Thank you.